You know, there are a lot of things that I really enjoy about bicycle touring, but the one thing that I've come to really dislike over the years is packing up my tent in the morning. I've been bike touring for 17 years now, and I've packed up my tent and my bike thousands of times, and gosh, it just gets old. When I'm not bike touring, it is so nice to just like leave my stuff wherever it is. Like, I don't make my bed, I just crawl out of bed, and all my stuff is in the same place. I don't have to pack it up. It's so wonderful. Anyways, here we go again. All right, I'm back on the road now. The road is quiet today. A little hilly. Now that we're in Norway, the terrain is a bit more hilly. So my goal today is to cover about 80 kilometers or so. If I do more than that, that's great, but it's pretty cold today, kind of hilly, and I got a headwind, so today is a little bit harder than yesterday. It definitely is starting to feel like the Arctic here. Hey guys. Hey. So just a moment ago, I spotted two bike tourists off on the side of the road, and I rode over to say hello to them. Turned the camera off as soon as I got there because I don't like sticking the camera in people's face when they don't know me. But they were very, very cold. Like, they were sitting there at the picnic table, and when I approached, they didn't even turn around like to look at me, and I was just like, hey, just wanted to say hi. And they were like, hi. And didn't turn around, like just looked over their shoulder. And yeah, I don't know, like I just got a weird vibe from them. So I was just like, okay, I just want to say hi. Talk to you later, bye, have a good trip or whatever. I don't know if that's just like I caught them at a bad time, or if that's like the couple thing, like I'm alone. So if I see another bike tourist that's alone, like generally there's like this, oh man, I got someone to talk to, you know what I mean? But when you travel with a couple, they kind of just talk to themselves and cut everyone out. And I've seen that over and over and over again as I've traveled the world for the last 17 years. Like, couples are much harder to approach, whereas individuals are much more likely to want to talk to you. Also, I mean, obviously, like, I could have just caught them at a bad time. Like, they could be, you know, miserable and cold and arguing with one another and wanting to go home or who knows what. And then I approach, all of a sudden, and I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? I'm in shorts, check me out, you know? And they may have just not been too excited by that, you know what I mean? Kind of taken away from their trip or something like that. So anyways, just an interesting sort of thing. You don't see many people out here on bicycles, so when you do see them, you kind of think, gosh, they're gonna be excited to see me, as you know, I'm excited to see them. But that's not always the case. It's not always the case. this morning I was kind of, you know, complaining about how packing up my tent in the morning is like my least favorite thing to do. One of the things I dislike about bike touring. But to be honest, setting my camp up at night after a full day of cycling is like one of my favorite things to do. I just look forward to getting into my tent and, I don't know, changing into clean clothes and brushing my teeth and eating some food. So yeah, while packing up is not my favorite anymore, setting up my camp at night certainly is one of the highlights for me. You know, one of the things that I really like about bike touring, like there are a lot of things that I like I like being out in nature, I like the physicality of it, I like meeting new people, that sort of a thing. I like just setting up my tent at the end of the day. But there are a number of things that I think, like when I look back on my bike tours, like the things that I remember most are the things that were completely unexpected. And while like looking at nature and waterfalls and historic landmarks and stuff is kind of interesting, it's these unexpected moments, the things that you could never plan for, that I remember the most and that have the most lasting impact on me. For example, I'm trying to get my stove out here. I got a bunch of trash. Okay, there's the stove. For example, I was in Albania. I think this was, I don't know, 2009 or 7 or something like that. And I had just entered the country. And like, whenever you enter a new country, you're kind of always on edge. Like, you don't know what's going to happen, what the place is going to be like. And also, I knew Albania wasn't like the best place in the whole world. So I was a little on edge, and I was coming into Shkodër, Albania. I think it's like the second largest city in Albania. And as I was coming into town, there was this like little cobblestone bike path, red bricks. I remember the red bricks. And anyway, so I go down this bike path, and about halfway down the path, I see this kid. He's probably 7 or 8 years old, and he has one leg, and he's wearing a rollerblade on that one leg. And I don't know how he got there or where he came from or anything, but I rode past him and just kind of gave him a look, and he gave me a look like, I'm about to jump on the back of your bicycle. And he didn't have to say anything. I knew what was going on. And so I slowed down and I let him grab onto the rear rack of my bicycle, and I towed this one-legged kid with a rollerblade, I don't know, a couple hundred meters down the bike path, and then he let go and waved, and that was the end of our interaction. But I just remember that as like one of my best bicycle touring memories, and it's like so random and unexpected that I never thought like something like that would happen when I was, you know, when I set out on that adventure. Like, I want to go to Albania and give a ride to a one-legged kid on a rollerblade, you know? There's no way I could have planned for that. So there's lots of things like that in my travels that have just happened unexpectedly that I think are pretty cool. And some of those things are kind of sad or like depressing. Like that kid with the one leg, like I think part of the reason it stands out to me is like I never knew like, why does that kid only have one leg? Was he hit by a car? Was he born that way? Did a dog chew it off? You know, what happened exactly? And yeah, there's lots of incidences like that. And I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess it's just like sometimes those unexpected moments, even when they are kind of sad or depressing or negative, like sometimes those are the things that make the ultimate trip so incredibly ultimate and amazing, right? Anyways, that's all. Okay, tonight I am making this package of tomato soup. I don't know if it's gonna be any good, I doubt it, but I'm gonna give it a try. I couldn't find any actual like fresh tomato soup. That doesn't seem to be a thing here. Like in America, we have a whole row of just canned soup that you could buy. Here, no, nothing. Okay. This is a good way to end the day.